Hey guys, this is a hairstyling video. I didn't have any time to take some videos because I was super busy that day, but I did take a few pics along the way and I'll be explaining them as we go along. First of all, here's me before I went ahead and washed my hair. It desperately needed a wash. It had been in twists for a while and it was time to go ahead and get ready, prepped for a brand new style. I definitely had some help with this style. If I do create a video on it in the future, it will be me seeing if I can figure it out all by myself. But making those nice parts on the top of my head is a little bit tricky for me, so I had help this time. So we started by sectioning off the hair, parting it off from one ear all the way across the crown of the head to the other ear and putting that back section out of the way. Then we sectioned off into smaller parts to be able to go ahead and do the cornrows based on the Fulani braids, to just go ahead and braid down all the way till we reached where the part was, and then clipped the loose hair with barrettes so that they didn't come unraveled while everything was drying. I left the rest of the hair loose and I unwound the part at the back and just turned it into a wash and go style for stuff I had to do earlier that day. I think this was a super cute style on its own, very professional, fun, bouncy, and also elegant at the same time. I really enjoyed wearing this until it dried, upon which I was ready to go to the next step. I then turned my wash and go into a curly fro by getting my hands a little bit wet and then blowing it with a blow dryer and pulling all the hair, stretching it out. And I also went ahead and used some bobby pins to flatten it to the back of my head because I really needed all the back of the hair to come forward since I wasn't working with all of my hair, because as you can see here, I still had my braids in. They were just being covered by my hair while it was drying. And once that was all fully dry, it was time to move on to the very last step. What I did was pin up my hair at the sides. So I took out all the barrettes and put in bobby pins instead, the really, really large bobby pins. And I put them in at the sides and just really pushed all my hair up to create this round shape where my hair was sitting on top of my head. And here is the final look. I really don't love the front camera because it makes it seem so much smaller than it is. So you'll see in the next photo that my hair is actually pretty big and it felt like wearing a beautiful, majestic crown for the event that I was at, which was super, super fun. Overall, I really, really love how this turned out. It looked exactly how I had envisioned it, with the braids in the front and the huge, glorious afro in the back. I will say it was not super fun to detangle. I managed, but with the length of my hair, getting it to stand up in the afro like this is a little tricky, which means that I had to put a ton of bobby pins and all sorts in it, but it did look very cool and I think brought the whole cosplay to life.